Cause baby, if you want me to come, I'll come.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, hope you are all doing well. It is a wonderful day. Alright, Messi won the World Cup finally, after years of being on the, Argentina national team. It feels great, and I'm not even from Argentina, alright? I love Messi, best football player in the world. But, that aside, we're gonna be talking about SSSniperWolf and how Sunny V2 and many other YouTubers have been talking about a while ago when SSSniperWolf got arrested. Now, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have heard of this because this situation was pretty big back in its prime. I mean, of course it would be big. I mean, obviously any YouTuber who gets arrested for anything, they're obviously gonna start hitting headlines as long as they are decently sized and people know who they are. So yeah, we're pretty much gonna be going down memory lane with this one. So yeah, buckle up and let's go ahead and talk about this entire situation for those of you who don't know, and let's revisit it for those of you who do. Now, there's actually two cases of Sniper Wolf getting arrested. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is pretty much how she got charged with armed robbery. Yes, SSSniperWolf, the beloved gamer girl, got charged with armed robbery. Did I just say robbery? Yeah, you get the point. She made a story about this first incident of her getting arrested. So yeah, I'm going to be popping in, playing some clips of this so you guys can get a little bit of context and, first-hand account from her, story of exactly what happened.
Hey guys, what's up? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've kind of mentioned before, but I didn't really go into detail about. It's kind of personal, and I didn't want to give out too much information about it, but a while ago I tweeted that I was going to jail, and, well, I did go to jail, in fact.
I know the video just started, but I just had to say, dude, it's honestly hilarious seeing Sniper Wolf pretty much do commentary over, COD gameplay. It's just so nostalgic thinking about all the YouTubers from the COD days and just how different YouTube was back then. Even like the Leafy is here era I think about sometimes. I mean, ironic I'm using surf gameplay right now, but I mean, seriously, dude, YouTube is really just an overall amazing website when it wants to be. It has its flaws, but it's overall historical, and I love it, dude. I grew up watching this platform, and I'm happy to be a YouTuber and have y'all watching, but that's besides the point, dude. This is funny to see Sniper Wolf commentate over COD, though.
I want you guys to all hear the truth from me, and I didn't want to bring it up or talk about it at first because it's invading my privacy, and I'm going to explain some of it since the case is finally over and I can kind of talk about it. So basically what happened, I was out shopping, and apparently loss prevention thought I was stealing stuff because I was carrying a Louis Vuitton, which is kind of a big bag, and it's a nice bag. So he thought I was stealing something for some reason, and so when I walked out of the store, he grabbed me, and he was apparently security, but I didn't know he was security because he was just like a normal person, and that's what loss prevention do. They dress like normal people, and they walk around the store watching people. And so he just grabbed me, and I didn't know who he was, so I obviously resisted because I was like, what's going on?
I know it's kind of hard to hear what she's saying or whatnot because, it's kind of muffled because the garbage mic quality back in the day when this was recorded, but pretty much what she's saying is she was in a department store, alright? She had a massive Louis bag, and some undercover security in the store ended up thinking she was stealing because, she was carrying around a really big, expensive bag in a department store who also has those same expensive goods, and he thought she was stealing, so she walked out of the store. He proceeded to grab her, obviously, because he thought she was stealing. Then she proceeded to run away. So that's pretty much what she said. For those of y'all who can't hear her, I know, like I said, the mic is pretty garbage.
This 300-pound, 6'5" guy just grabbed me and asked for my bag. He was like, give me your bag. He didn't identify himself as security, and I didn't do anything wrong. So I was like, what the hell? Why are you grabbing me? So, they ended up charging me with armed robbery because I thought I was shoplifting, and I assaulted security, apparently. You guys know me. I'm freaking tiny. I'm gonna resist this guy, and they're gonna charge me for assault. So apparently if you resist security, it's considered assault. Since they thought I was shoplifting, plus the assault charge, they put my charge as armed robbery, sorry, and which didn't make any sense to me at all. So when they told me this, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do, and after they detained me, they asked to search my car because I was in the cop car, and then they were like, "Do you have a car here?" And I said, "Yeah," which was a mistake, but they saw my keys anyway, so they were like, "Maybe you stole something before."
Now, Sonny V2 made a pretty good video on just YouTubers overall who have been arrested, and he talked about the situation, and in his video, for those of you who may have seen it or may not, he ended up saying how the situation, this specific arrest, the first one, didn't really make any sense. It sounded like she was leaving out details because it's just that it's so choppy. Like, a lot of the stuff she's saying doesn't really correlate with what she's saying and what she's charged with. She's saying she's some innocent lady with like some massive designer bag and some, you know, 6'5" giant security came to grab her and she was scared and ran away. But then she got charged for assault and she said she's too tiny to fight. That doesn't really make sense, all right? The whole story, it's just definitely details being left out, probably at the time to make her, you know, sound better. But, you know, this is years ago, all right? Who really gives a shit? And to remember her, we are on YouTube.com, all right? I can't be saying stuff like that, Susan. I love you, all right? I would never say anything like that. But anyways, it's time to move on to the second arrest, all right? And this is pretty much when SSSniperWolf got arrested for, I think, disturbing the peace or something along that line, because she was, like, screaming and her neighbors, like, sent noise complaints. I think she was arguing with her ex-boyfriend, Sausage, all right? If you guys know about the Sausage situation and why they aren't dating anymore, then this makes it 10 times more funny. But, yeah, pretty much she was arguing with Sausage, was screaming at the top of her lungs, and got arrested for it. So, you know, we're gonna be reacting to that as well, so buckle up and let's go down memory lane.
And you guys probably heard about it on the news channels that me and Sausage got arrested, and it's true, we did. We got arrested for the absolutely dumbest thing ever. Like, I can't even begin to tell you guys. Okay, so it started off, me and Sausage got into a fight, and he changed his phone screen to just some random girl, and obviously that pissed me off. So I'm trying to like get his phone and see who it is. So I'm like, give me your phone, and I started screaming. And when I don't get my way, I scream, and I scream really loud. You know that high-pitched scream that girls do? I'm not even gonna do it for you guys just to spare you headphone users, but if you guys have heard a girl scream at the top of her lungs, it is absolutely disgusting. So of course I was screaming, and then I run outside and I start screaming. I wasn't even screaming for help or anything. I was just screaming like, ah, like I hate you, like I fucking hate you.
Yeah, I don't know why she sucks at explaining stuff so much, so I'll explain again, because it just kind of sounds really confusing if you're just listening to her talk. Pretty much her and her boyfriend at the time, Sausage, got into an argument, alright? He changed the password on his phone, so she pretty much got into a couple 1v1 like any other couple would get into, just arguing, screaming at the top of the lungs. So she start, you know, being a girl, screaming at the top of her lungs, being very, very loud, alright? Ear piercing. And you know, she goes outside and starts doing the same exact thing she was doing whilst being in her house, so her neighbors obviously can hear that and they call it the cops, and pretty much that's where this picks up. Philosopher Pointless in the chat, bro. I'm literally out here explaining stuff top tier, alright? Since, you know, the YouTube god herself can't explain it correctly, I might as well take the spot and do it for her. God, geez. I just made up my own term. God, geez. I can't say stuff on YouTube, so I gotta make my own terms, alright? I gotta turn into yeet, start saying schminky and all type of stuff.
It's just really stupid. And then I come back inside and I start screaming again. I guess the neighbors heard. I don't know which neighbors, but somebody called the cops on us and they came. At first, I didn't want to talk to them. I didn't say anything. I refused to like answer any of their questions, say anything, because I didn't want to talk to them. You don't have to talk to cops. You have a right to refuse, or you have the right to remain silent, or so I thought. Like, I said nothing. There was nothing going on. We just got into a fight and I started screaming. And then they're like, no, we can't have that. We're not having that. And then I try to go upstairs and then they stop me. They're like, no, you can't go upstairs. You have to answer our questions. I'm like, what? I was just like, we just got into a fight. There's really nothing to it. Like,
you know, I'm not gonna crucify her for a situation that happened years ago. This whole point of the video was just to go down memory lane, kind of like Sonny V2 did in his video. But you know, my thing with SSSniperWolf, being that she still kind of acts like this today, is how she's so nonchalant and feels like she's not, you know, obligated to speak to anyone. Especially with many of the instances we've seen with the way she treats her fans and just people in general, that she's just overall has a very high ego when it comes to herself. She feels like she's Jesus Christ herself. Not gonna be sexist here, guys. Not trying to get beamed by Nadia herself. Yeah, like, she feels like she's not obligated to talk to the police, which, if we're thinking technically, yeah, you're not in situations, but I mean, at the end of the day, she kind of knows how that goes. If you don't talk to them, they're probably 9 times out of 10 gonna detain you for not talking to them, so it's better to cooperate and you'll probably be fine. I guarantee if SSSniperWolf would have simply cooperated with these police officers and gave them the information they needed, explained it to them properly, then she probably probably wouldn't have went to jail, but she's probably in her feelings, feeling like she doesn't owe anybody anything, so she's kind of got herself sent to the slammer, alright? Even though this was years ago, this is still just funny to think about and, like, look back at, because Jesus Christ, Sniper Wolf was on demon timing.
Something juicy like we attacked each other, punched each other in the face. That didn't happen. They even straight up told us neighbors heard screaming, so they called the cops. So somebody snitched. So when they stopped me from going upstairs, said I couldn't go upstairs, I decided to talk. I told them we were just fighting. We just got into a fight. There was screaming, but like we're fine now. And things were fine when the cops came here because I was back in my room, I was editing. And for some reason, they weren't having it. We're gonna have to arrest both of you guys. I'm like, wait, what? Because apparently the law in Arizona, if you guys fight, if two people who live together or a couple or something fight, you both get arrested. Not one of you, both of you guys gets arrested. Which is absolute bullshit. Somebody could just call the cops because they hear screaming and then they come into my house and they're gonna arrest me. In my fucking house.
Bro, honestly, this is hilarious to look back on. Like, Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is a real human being. Like, this woman has not evolved whatsoever with her attitude. I swear to God, she's a robot walking. She's got wires in her brain. She's got red, yellow, blue, all type of wires, bro. She's literally fake. All right, this isn't a
This didn't happen outside. And you know what I got arrested for? I got arrested for disorderly conduct. Because apparently you're not allowed to scream in your own house. I mean, they let me go upstairs, they let me change because I was like in a tank top and shorts. I'm like, I am not going to jail like this. So they let me wear a t-shirt, sweatpants, told me to bring socks. I wore socks. I didn't have time to do my makeup, look all pretty. But I mean, they did let me put on socks, which was really good. And they let me put on shoes. Hey, they even let me text my mom. Like, Mom, I'm going to jail tonight. Take care of my dogs. I told her to come over, take care of my dogs and everything. I mean, she was just like, alright. They're like, you're probably gonna spend a night in jail. You'll be out in the morning. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can't do anything about it. I can't cry. I can't bitch about it. This is just such a waste of time. It's so stupid. I hate my life right now. They handcuffed us in the house, took us outside.
Yeah, that's pretty much the entire lore behind SSSniperWolf's history of getting arrested, alright? Wow, that was an interesting spoonful of stuff to consume, but we're finally done, and thank God, because I'm tired of talking about this one being in jail. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna sign out. Love you guys, appreciate everything. You know, we're back to the consistency. You know, we were gone for like 2 days because of finals, but we back. And yeah, I'm gonna head out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.